live, and according to YouTube, I'm going live, I'm going live, I'm going live, I'm going live, and according to YouTube, I am live. Hello to watching live, hello to watching playback, and welcome to my 33rd I Have a Lot to Say live stream on this channel. So basically, if you don't know what these live streams are, essentially once or twice, or sometimes even 3 times a week, I talk about current movie and TV topics going on in the movie and TV world right now. And at the same time though, I'll also be answering any live questions sent in during these live streams. And at the same time though, also if you have a topic you want me to talk about in my next live stream, please let me know in the comment section below. And at the same time though, I should say a couple of things off the bat. First of all, I live in the countryside, so I might get hay fever. So if I do at any point, sneeze during this live stream, I do apologise, kind of out of my control. And at the same time though, I also next to a main road, so at any point you do have like a motorbike, a truck, a tractor, or just a loud car going past at any point during this live stream, that's out of my control. I apologise if it interferes with the sound of the live stream. And at the same time though, even so, it's going to just my mic a bit here actually. Just give me a sec. Even so, I live in the countryside. Sorry about that. I was just adjusting my mic. Really should have done that before the live stream. But anyway, yeah. Even so, I live in the countryside. Sometimes it does feel like I live next to a building site. Honestly, it's always drilling and work going on the houses next to where I live. So at any point you do hear some like drilling of some sort during this live stream, again, that's out of my control. I can't control that. And at the same time though, lately these streams have been cutting in and out during the stream, and it's kind of affected the delay on my speech in these live streams. So at any point there is some sort of cut out during the stream, that's completely out of my control. I do apologise about that if that does happen. And at the same time though, sorry if my voice is a bit delayed with the way you can see me talking in the live stream. I tried to fix that the other day actually, but I don't ever have today, so hopefully it works well. But if the stream does come out, if the stream isn't as smooth sailing as you might want it to be, I do apologise about that. But without further ado, let's move into my main 2 topics for today. And actually, I've got my topics the way around. No, I'm talking about the last Duel first. I'm not talking about Bond just yet. Don't worry, I'll be talking about Bond very, very soon in the live stream. But no, I'm talking about the last Duel first, the new Ridley Scott film. So this is topic number 1 on my live stream today, and this is all about the early reviews to the new Ridley Scott film, The Last Duel. So basically, if you don't know what this film is, by the way, it's starring Matt Damon, Ben Affleck. It's also co-written by both of them and someone else as well. But this is the first time Matt Damon and Ben Affleck have written together since Good Will Hunting. So it's quite a big thing there. It's been like 20 odd years since they've written together, and so this is the first one they've written together since Good Will Hunting. So there's a lot of anticipation that way. And at the same time though, this film also stars Adam Driver and Jodie Comer as well. And many people might know Jodie Comer from such things as she played Villanelle in Killing Eve, and she also was in Free Guy as well. So I actually think she was the best part of Free Guy. I didn't really like Free Guy that much, but I actually quite liked her in it. And basically, she's in this role as well. She looks like she could be going the Oscar, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if she did get an Oscar nomination for this role. I think she will win an Oscar in about 10 years, by the way, Jodie Comer. And I do think that this may be her first nomination this year. And at the same time, like I said before, Adam Driver, which many people might know as Kylo Ren from the most recent Star Wars movies, as well. He's been in loads of other stuff as well. He's in Marriage Story, which came out in 2019 as well. He got an Oscar nomination for that. He's also in this movie as well. So there's a big cast there. Also from being directed by Ridley Scott. If you don't know who Ridley Scott is, he previously directed Alien. He also did American Gangster. He did The Martian, so there's a bit of reunion between him and Matt Damon there. He also did he's done loads of films. I'm just freezing on what film he's actually done. Actually, he's done another big film that I just can't think of off the top of my head right now. Oh, it's really annoying me this. Ridley Scott. What Ridley Scott done? He's done Alien. He's done I can't think of what Ridley Scott's done right now. But he's a big director, done lots of famous movies over time. One sec, this is really bugging me. I'm gonna see what he's done. And just bear with me a sec. I know he's done Alien. I know he's done Killing with Heaven. I kind of enjoyed Killing with Heaven actually. The one with Orlando Bloom. Ridley Scott. What's he done? He's done American Gangster. That's one with Denzel Washington and Russell Crowe. He's got a House of Gucci movie coming out later this year. He did Prometheus. That's it. Blade Runner. That's the other movie he did. Blade Runner, which is kind of like a huge, kind of like the godfather of science fiction movies for many people. And yeah, he's directed that as well. So he's a well-established director. He's not made brilliant films in the past. So he has done a couple of bad films. I want to say a couple of bad films actually. He's done some famously bad films. I'm going to adjust my mic again a bit here. He's done some famously bad films in the past, but nevertheless, he's also made some good films as well. I recently watched his film American Gangster not too long ago, and I did think that was really good. good. But anyway, his new film, The Last Duel. By the way, Ridley Scott's got another film coming out this year, which I'm actually very excited for, which is House of Gucci. Now, I don't care about, the Gucci stuff. I don't care about Gucci products at all. But why I'm so excited for House of Gucci, by the way, and I will be talking about it quite a few more times on this channel, but why I'm so excited for House of Gucci is the cast. We have another Ridley Scott film starring Adam Driver, because Adam Driver's going to be in House of Gucci, but also Lady Gaga doing her, I think it's her first film role since A Star Is Born, which was brilliant, that movie, by the way. We also have Al Pacino in that film, Jeremy Irons, Salma Hayek, even Jared Leto looks good in that film. Do go and check out the trailer for House of Gucci if you haven't already. That's coming out in November, not too long after, Ridley Scott's other film comes out, so this is Ridley Scott's first one this year, and then you've got House of Gucci coming out in November. I'm looking forward to both these quite a lot, but I gotta admit, I'm looking forward to this one more. So we jump onto Google here, give me a sec. Let's look at some of the early reviews for Matt Damon and Ben Affleck and Ridley Scott's new film, The Last Duel. So there's Jodie Comer, by the way. That's the trailer of the film. I'm not going to watch the trailer. I've already spoken about it on this channel. But yes, that's Jodie Comer. They've done who Jodie Comer is. Like I said before, she played Villanelle Killing Eve. And she was also in Free Guy as well. She's been in a bunch of other stuff, but that's really what I know her from. Pardon me there. So basically, at the moment, the film premiered at Venice Film Festival not a couple of days ago now, and the film is currently sitting at a 69% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is generally positive. A lot of people look at that and go, okay, that's a bad thing. I'm just checking them in the... sorry, I was just checking, I was in Google there. But yeah, many people look at that and go, okay, that's a bad rating for the film. No, it's not. 69% is pretty high, actually. Bear in mind, that's almost 70% of the people who watched it actually kind of liked it. That's more than half. So that's a good thing, in my opinion. And, it's not going to be for everyone. No film is. And it looks like this film is getting some bad reviews. But at the same time, though, it's also getting some good reviews. And by the way, I just want to point out here, this film's going to be 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's almost going to be 2 hours and a half. Bloody hell. It better not feel too long. Because actually, we're talking about that a bit with Bond a bit later in this live stream. But yeah, this film's going to be 2 hours and 20 minutes. I mean, I thought it'd be at least 2 hours because it's a really Scott film. He makes long films. But still... 2 hours, 20 minutes. But anyway, let's see what some of the reviews are saying. So this is Jessica Kang from the playlist. Exists primarily as an excuse for a bunch of charismatic stars to ride horses and snarl at each other by candlelight and route to a generally exciting dueling douchebag climax. Honestly, that sounds like my sort of film. I'm not gonna lie. If it's just a bunch of stars having a bit of fun, and then in the end there's a big epic climax, you know what? I'm all in for it. I've got to admit that. Okay, let's see what one of these bad reviews are saying now. The film feeds into the very power structure it sets out to debunk. A frustrating myth that threatens to cloud Comer's protagonist performance. Poignant performance there. I don't know why I said protagonist. But yeah, so it sounds like Jodie Comer's going this one, which is kind of not surprising because it's Jodie Comer. She's brilliant as Villanelle. I mean, I don't even like Killing Eve that much, but she's brilliant in it. And yeah, it sounds like she's gonna be great in it, even if the rest of the film isn't that great. So not too dissimilar from Free Guy, actually. Well, in my opinion, a lot of people love Free Guy. If you love Free Guy, that's fantastic. I just thought it got quite annoying and gave me a headache. But anyway, let's continue back on with The Last Duel. The Last Duel reveals itself as something all too rare on the current Hollywood field of battle. Oh, a little pun there. An intelligent and generally daring big budget lead that is that is above all else the product of recognizable artistic collaboration. So that sounds like it could be another epic. One we haven't got in a while, by the way. I can't remember what the last, big medieval type epic was, to be honest. I'm generally finding it hard to figure out what was the last big medieval epic that I'm seeing. I mean, I saw Gladiator not too long ago, but I didn't see that in the cinema. I just saw that on my TV. So, yeah, there you go there. Anyway, let's see what another good review is saying. Despite a brief action interlude here or there, The Last Duel turns out to be a lavishly conducted, convoluted, and at times rather interesting medieval soap opera. So, he's not completely positive there, and that's coming from Variety, by the way. That's the Variety review in the film there. So it's not completely positive, his review. This one from Owen Gilberman. I might be pronouncing his name wrong, probably am. It's not completely positive, but it's generally positive review. Maybe I'll just like this film, and I'm fine if I do. Honestly, I do kind of want to go back to that first review. Exists prime as an excuse for a bunch of charismatic stars to ride horses and stare at each other by candlelight en route to a generally exciting dueling douchebag climax. If it's just like a big fun medieval film, I'll enjoy the hell out of it. Not too something for Gladiator, although I do think actually Gladiator is quite emotionally investing. But still, nevertheless, yeah, if it's anything like just a bit of fun, a big fun medieval epic, you know what, I'll enjoy the hell out of it. Okay, let's see what this other one's saying. Let's see what another bad review is saying. The Last Duel is crushed by the weight of its own armour. Suppose I'll have to. I'm not gonna see what they say really about the film, but let's see what another bad review is saying. By the time the film gets around to showing its hand as an episode of Medieval #MeToo, it has numbed us with so much flash and frustration that I don't even know what the word is. Frustrating that the heart of the story has almost been drowned. So it just sounds like the film does get a bit too bogged down in its own stuff. Maybe the film loses its heart a bit, but nevertheless, like I said before, I just want to go back to that first review from Jessica Kang. If it just sounds like a lot of fun, like a big fun medieval epic, you know what? I won't mind. I mean, this is what the Independent's saying about the film. It's saying that it's splitting critics' reviews. So some of the reviews are saying that it's great, some reviews are saying it's bad. The first reviews for Matt Damon's new film, The Last Duel, are in, and the response has been decidedly mixed. That is why Will Scott, The Last Duel is a historical drama set during the 100 Years' Wars, which stars Damon as a knight who fights in France's last ever legally sanctioned duel. And then Officers there, starring alongside Damon and Ben Affleck, Jodie Comer, and Adam Driver. So let's see what some of the reviews are saying. The Guardian's Jonathan Romney gave the film 2 stars, writing, by the time the film, I don't know, I already read that review already. There's some other things as well, like, it's basically just the same reviews, actually, now I read about it. I should have really read these before. Oh, here's a new review, actually. IndieWire's Ben Crow wrote, The Last Duel reveals itself as something all too rare on the current Hollywood film about. Actually, I've already read this review as well. So it just sounds like mostly people are liking it. I'm just going to get this up again. Like I said before, it's got a 69% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is generally positive. A lot of people look at that and go, "Oh God, that means it's bad." It doesn't. It doesn't mean it's bad. Okay, it's not as positive as, say, I don't know, June, which it got like 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, but it does have 69%, which is almost 70%. So basically, what you're saying there is about 70% of people like this film who watched it, and so, as long as it comes out and I see it in the cinema and I'm part of that 7% that actually enjoy it, I don't mind. Like I said before, if it's just a fun medieval epic, I will not mind this film. In fact, I'd quite enjoy that. I wouldn't want it to be too heavy, but nevertheless, I do hope it has some heart in there and has some emotion, which works. And I also do hope it's a lot of fun as well. I hope it's potentially, Ridley Scott returning to something like Kingdom of Heaven, which I actually think is well directed, by the way. I don't think Kingdom of Heaven is badly directed. I actually think the photo Kingdom of Heaven is Orlando Bloom, but that's another matter entirely. But the thing is, though, if it's something like Kingdom of Heaven, which is well directed and just it has a heart, which I don't think Kingdom of Heaven always has, then nevertheless, I will enjoy it. But we'll have to wait and see when it comes out. What's it coming out? October the 15th. It's coming out the same day that It's coming out the same day that Halloween Kills comes out. So there you go there. So it'll be competing in the box office. Halloween Kills will win the box office, I reckon. But nevertheless, I'm still more excited to The Last Duel, to be honest. And that's what's coming for me, though. I haven't seen any Halloween film before. But I'm looking forward to seeing The Last Duel. It looks like it could be a really good film. Hopefully, the critics only like it more. And by the way, actually, one thing I haven't said here. This is all coming from Venice Film Festival. This is only premiered at Venice Film Festival now. And the thing is, though, at a film festival, I always feel, and I don't know whether it's just me, but I always feel like people at film festivals are just setting out to dislike something. When you're going into a film at film festival, I always feel that sometimes you're not always going to be in the best of moods there, and that maybe you're just going to a film thinking, okay, it impressed me at the end of a film. If you're going to quite pessimistically, then you might not enjoy the film as much as if you're going with an open mind. And I feel that maybe at film festivals, a lot of critics go in there quite pessimistically, not wanting the film to be good. And actually the film turns out that way. But I think that, if you do go over these films with an open mind, I do think enjoy them. Because let's remind ourselves, last week I talked about Last Night in Soho, the new Edgar Wright film coming out, which premiered at Venice Film Festival as well. And that didn't get, fantastic positive reviews. Although it did seem like the people who liked it really, really liked it. Same with June as well, which also, premiered at Venice Film Festival. And so I do feel like maybe some critics at these film festivals are being more strict on the film, are being more aggressive on the film. Maybe not aggressive, maybe that's not the right word, but maybe more critical on the film, as, say, someone who's going watching it like me come later on this year. So maybe just take what's all with a grain of salt, because it is coming from Venice Film Festival. But nevertheless, it does kind of give you an idea on how good the film's going to be as a whole. So, without further ado, let's move into... That's the end of... I keep saying that. I keep forgetting a bunch of stuff today. I'm not on top form today, sorry about that. I'm a bit tired today, I don't know why. But nevertheless, I'm powering through for you guys. So, that's the end of topic number 1 on this live stream today. So, without further ado, let's move into topic number 2. I'm only going to do a short live stream today because I've got a bunch of stuff I need to do right now. But nevertheless, I'm just continuing on just for you guys watching. Let's see if there's anything that's actually been put in the live chat yet. Just checking. Ooh, nothing yet. But I do have somebody watching streaming apparently. Oh god, what? Apparently my stream is cutting in and out. Apologies if it does cut in and out. Again, it's out of my control. It's annoying when it does that. It's annoying when my stream cuts in and out. So if it has cut in and out and you haven't quite made sense of what I'm saying, I do apologize over that. It's completely out of my control. I've just got a mess up on YouTube that apparently my stream is cutting in and out. That's completely my control. I do apologize if that happens. But anyway, let's move into topic number 2 today. And topic number 2 today is all about No Time to Die. Now, No Time to Die's release date is set in stone at the end of this month in the UK. Haha. People in the US have to wait like October the 8th to see this film. Haha. I don't. Yes, I get to see it on September the 30th. And so I'm very, very excited to see this movie. Actually, you know what? I am excited to see this movie. And I'm happy that I am. I spoke about it on this channel a couple of months ago now. And I was not looking forward to No Time to Die. No Time to Die at all. I was actually a bit pessimistic about it because I was like, the film's been delayed so many times. Look on the poster there, they'll go up. I don't know if you can see there, but it says April 2020. That's when the film is originally meant to come out. And then it got delayed again, and it got delayed again, it got delayed again, it got delayed again, and finally it's meant to come out. By the way, I still don't think it's going to make its money back. I think this could be our first Bond bomb, and maybe not like, I do think it's going to get a box office, don't get me wrong. I do think a lot of people go to this movie, but I don't think it'll make its money back. You know, there's a difference there, because bear in mind, I think they spent like $250 million on this movie. I'd be interested if it does make its money back. It could, but I'd be interested because, bear in mind, we are living in post-pandemic era right now. So, it would be interesting if it makes its money back. But I'm not talking about the box office today. No, I'm talking about the runtime. But before I talk about the runtime, like I said before, I'm just actually saying that I'm actually kind of excited for this movie, which I'm happy about now. You know, a couple of months ago, I was talking about how I wasn't excited for the movie because of its delays, and I was talking about how I wish I was more excited for it. And actually, because I'm now on to the Daniel Craig Bond in my, Bond film watching spree, even so, the one I most recently saw was Quantum of Solace, which I hated, by the way. If you like Quantum of Solace, it's fantastic. Personally, I just didn't like it. It's all subjective and whatnot. But the thing is, though, even so, Quantum of Solace was the last Bond I saw, and I didn't really like it that much. I've still been really enjoying Daniel Craig's performance as Bond. I enjoyed it a lot in Quantum of Solace, actually. I do think he was the best part of that film, and I also really enjoyed Casino Royale. And by the way, actually, later on today, after I finish the live stream, I'm going watching Skyfall. So I have my review of Skyfall up sometime. Well, I'm not going watching or anything like that. I'm just going downstairs watching my TV. But yes, I'm going watching Skyfall later today. Well, I'm watching Skyfall later today, and so I'll have my review of Skyfall up sometime later on this week on this channel, probably Thursday, maybe Friday, so I have to wait and see what my opinion is on Skyfall after I rewatch it for the first time, after not watching it for such a long time, by the way. I can't remember the last time I saw Skyfall, actually. I think it was a long, long time ago, because, flipping heck, I think I saw it not too long after it came out, and I haven't seen it since, because I remember not really liking it much, but hopefully I'll go and watch Skyfall today, and hopefully I really enjoy it. So anyway, yes, actually, I'm kind of excited for No Time to Die. I mean, it's still, I suppose it is now, actually, because I know we've had some of my most intimate movies actually come out now. We've had The Suicide Squad come out, we've had Godzilla vs. Kong come out, so maybe this would be my most, maybe this would kind of be in my top 10 most anticipated movies for the rest of the year now, because we've had some of my other most anticipated movies come out for the rest of the year already come out, if you get what I'm saying. I don't know if I'm making complete sense there, but I'm trying to, but yes, you get the point. I'm actually kind of excited to see No Time to Die now. I'm actually kind of excited to see it, which is something I didn't expect to say a couple of months ago. But anyway, a couple of days ago now, and I'm a bit late to talking about this, but a couple of days ago now, it was revealed that No Time to Die, the new James Bond film, Bond 25, because, Never Say Never Again is not an official Bond film, so Bond 25 is officially going to be the longest Bond film to date. So if we jump into Google, look, there's a message. Apparently YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. I do apologise if smooth streaming doesn't, if this live stream isn't smooth streaming today. Man, I'm all over the place today, I really am. But anyway, let's get on with this now. Let's go into IndieWire here. So IndieWire is saying this: No Time to Die is officially the longest Bond film and a major pain for Venom. So here's what the article is saying. And by the way, we'll talk about the Venom thing in a sec. No Time to Die is a done deal. United Artists has informed domestic expositors, I can't even pronounce these words. Oh, I'm all over the place. Expositors, when tickets can go on sale, when shows can start, and the film's final running time 163 minutes. It's the final act in the 18-month saga that began March 4th, 2020, when Eon Prods, along with distributors United Artists and Universal, announced that the Bond movie would be moved from April to November 2020. That began a cycle of scheduled revisions, with the final plan of October the 8th in North America America, and September 29th, October 1st in most other territories, September 30th in this country, people. For high expectation films, like No Time to Die, studios provide early information to theaters and then so on and so on and so on. And basically, also at the same time, also eyeing those screens in Sony and Marvel's Venom Let There Be Carnage, which will literally, and then Venom Let There Be Carnage is coming out around the same time as No Time to Die as well. And by the way, here, can we just talk about the fact that they've got Shang-Chi by the wrong name? They put here, earlier this week, after the huge opening for Disney Marvel released Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Dragons. Not gonna lie, that sounds like an amazing movie. I'd love to see Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Dragons. I generally would do. That sounds like a better movie than the one I watched. I kind of been there. But anyway, let's go back on to Bond here. Sorry, that just made me laugh a bit. Right, let's talk about Bond here. So it's going to be the longest Bond film, yeah. From what I read over before, I mean, I don't think the IndieWire article really gave that much away. But from what I read, it's going to be like 2 hours, 43 minutes. That's what I read on the internet the other day on my phone. So that's quite long. That's quite long for a Bond film. I think Spectre was about 2 hours and a half, so that's saying something. This is going to be the longest Bond film yet, and I'm for one. This could be really good or really bad. I for one, I'm kind of intrigued in the runtime because in one way it could be really good. It could be some like the Lord of the Rings films, which feel as long as it needs to be. Honestly, I don't really feel like you got anything out of these Lord of the Rings films, like the Lord of the Rings films from the past, because just the length of them, you just feel immersed in those worlds for about 3 hours and you just enjoy the hell out of it. Well, I do anyway. And maybe if, No Time to Die is something like that, then it would be really good. And maybe if it has a big immersive score from Hans Zimmer, who's obviously scoring this film, and at the same time, though, maybe if it has all these big plot twists in there, and maybe if it does type all the Daniel Craig Bond here, like I know all the Daniel Craig Bond films have all been connected, and I dare say this one will definitely be as well, because we even have returning characters, like Christoph Waltz returning as Blofeld from Spectre, I saw as a Bond girl in Spectre, and obviously you have Ray Fiennes returning, and so on and so on and so on. So with all those returning characters, then maybe it's just trying to type all these things in this one film, then that's completely understandable why it's 3 hours. But it could also be bad, because the film could feel bloated, it could feel too long, and at the same time though, it could just make people feel bored in the cinema if it's not careful. If it isn't as tight as it needs to be. Because the thing is though, what I want to talk about Venom here is the fact that Venom 2, its runtime got, we know what Venom 2's runtime is going to be now. Venom 2 is going to be 90 minutes long, which is about an hour and a half. So the thing is though, Venom 2, I reckon, is going to be quite a tight movie and get to the point really quickly in its sequences and things like that. And I reckon actually 90 minutes is a perfect time for a Venom movie. I don't think a Venom movie needs to be 2 hours. I think 90 minutes is actually perfect for a Venom movie. And as long as it doesn't feel rushed, I think that could be a really enjoyable movie. Fingers crossed, I enjoy the hell out of Venom 2. I'm still not excited for it because I didn't really enjoy the first Venom that much, but I'm hoping I enjoy the second Venom more. But the reason I bring up Venom there is because it's going to be an hour and a half. Now, this movie is going to be close to 3 hours. So, what I want to put in perspective there is the difference in these movies. Venom 2 is a movie I think that needs to be an hour and a half. But does Bond need to be almost 3 hours? It might be. That's the thing though, we might go into No Time to Die and might realise, oh right, they're taking the time of this film, they're really trying to extend everything out, and they're really trying to make it smooth sailing and things like that, and they're really trying to get us to be immersed into this world that No Time to Die has created, and hopefully it's something like that, instead of some It Chapter 2, where you go into it, and okay, yeah, some really good moments in there, but overall, it just feels too long, and it does not feel like it needs to be 3 hours. Like, It Chapter 2 is like 3 hours, 50 minutes. Oh, not 3 hours, 50 minutes. That'd be way too long. That'd be almost the length of one of those Lord of the Rings extended versions. No, it was like 2 hours, 50 minutes or 2 hours 45. It Chapter 2, I must admit, I haven't gone back and revisited it much since I saw the film in the cinema. But yeah, get my point though. It Chapter 2 came out back in 2019 now, and it was like 2 hours 45 minutes, and it didn't need to be. And I actually kind of ruined that movie because they were trying to put so much in there, but at the same time they were saying, but at the same time though, spending too long on some sequences when they didn't really need to be. And at the same time though, I hope the same thing doesn't happen with Bond here. Because my one worry when I saw the runtime, or not my one worry, one of my many worries when I saw the runtime for this film was that it was going to be too long, and it was going to have some really bloated sections which didn't need to be bloated. Honestly, I thought No Time to Die was going to be 2 hours and a half, and in the end, yes, it's only 15 minutes more than 2 hours and a half, which I initially thought it was going to be, but still, it's 15 minutes more, and 15 minutes can make all the difference, actually. You might come out this movie when it comes out on September 30th, or if you're watching this in the US, hello, US friends, if you're watching this in the US, but if you watch this in the US, it could be like, by the time you could come out of it, you might say to yourself, actually, it was a good film, but I think it would have done better if it had like 15 minutes come out. And so I hope I don't have that feeling, and I hope this film feels as long as it needs to be. Like, I don't mind if it's some like West Side Story, and I can't believe I'm, comparing No Time to Die to the original West Side Story, yeah? But I don't mind if it's something like West Side Story, where it is, like 2 hours and a half, but at the same time, though, it is 2 hours and a half, and you feel it's 2 hours and a half. But at the same time, though, you can't really cut anything out of that film, in my opinion. Like the original West Side Story, it's 2 hours and a half. You feel it's that length, and you don't really want to cut anything out. And you can't really cut anything out of it, in my opinion. And maybe if it's something like that, then that's fine. Maybe if it is, 2 hours and 45 minutes, let's say it is. I think it's around that time anyway. So say like No Time to Die, it's 2 hours 45 minutes. And it feels that length, but at the same time, though, you don't really feel like you could cut anything out of it, then that's fine in my opinion. I don't mind if the film feels that length, and at the same time, though, it doesn't feel too long, if you get what I'm saying. But if I come out of it and it does feel too long, I'm going to be annoyed. It does. Does this movie need to be? Oh, just not my microphone over there. Does this movie need to be 2 hours and 43 minutes? Does it need to be? I don't know. I'm going to have that question answered come September 30th in this country. Not if you're watching this in the US, actually, you get yours on October 8th. But no, I don't know. This one kind of confused me. I was a bit surprised, actually, when I read this movie was going to be 2 hours and 43 minutes. The longest Bond film. Yeah, bear in mind, Spectre was quite long. And, Skyfall was, quite long as well. And so was Casino Royale. Casino Royale was like 2 hours 20. And Casino Royale did not feel 2 hours. Casino Royale did not feel 2 hours 20 minutes, by the way. And I'm hoping No Time to Die doesn't. I'm hoping No Time to Die doesn't feel 2 hours and 43 minutes. But I've got a feeling it might. I've just got a bad feeling in my tummy that I'm a bit sounding like 5 years old. Then I've got a bad feeling in my stomach that it's going to feel too long, and I hope it doesn't. I'm hoping it doesn't, because actually I've just had a thought now. What about if it's that long because there's some big twists in the third act? And by the way, this is pure speculation here. I have not read any leaks. I swear I haven't. So what about if there's like a big twist in the third act where Bond dies, and then the rest of the movie is them mourning over Bond's death? That would be good. That would be good. If it's something like, I don't know, like Lord of the Rings Return of the King, not to give too much away there, but it's something like Lord of the Rings Return of the King, where like the last half an hour is just finishing off all these stories. I wouldn't mind that. By the way, a lot of people go like Lord of the Rings Return of the King has about 15 different endings and they go on for way too long. No. I'd rather the 15 different overlong endings to Lord of the Rings Return of the King than the, 30 rush endings to Game of Thrones Season 8. So don't say that about Lord of the Rings Return of the King. I defend all the endings in that film, by the way, and I never felt that was too long. And maybe a similar thing happens here, by the way. Maybe, maybe Bond dies half an hour before the film ends. And again, pure speculation. This is just a kind of me theorising here. But maybe Bond dies half an hour before the end of this film, and the last half an hour is everyone mourning over Bond's death. That would be good, actually. That might make the film feel like as long as it needs to be. Although, in the end, I don't think they'll go that way, by the way. I don't think Bond will die. I don't think that'll happen. But, I think in the end, it's probably just going to be that, I don't know, the last half an hour is just this big action set piece where Bond is trying to save the day, and it'll be like the biggest Bond film yet, because bear in mind, look how much money's been spent on it, and maybe that's more like what the end of the film's like, and maybe that's why this film is about 2 hours and 45 minutes, but still, imagine if it is Bond dying, and they kind of finish it like they finished Return of the King. That would be kind of interesting in my opinion. I mean, I don't think it'll be as impactful as Return of the King, because I don't think it's... I don't think Bond is as good as Lord of the Rings films, that's my opinion, but I just don't think it is. But the thing is, though, imagine if it's something like that, though. Imagine it is something like that. But anyway, it's going to be the longest Bond film, yeah? Which is going to be surprising to many Bond fans. I can imagine many Bond fans being very surprised by this news. I can also imagine quite a few Bond fans maybe not being surprised by this news. Because like I said before, I didn't think it was going to be 2 hours and a half. I didn't think it was going to be 2 hours and 43 minutes, though. So it's going to be interesting to see if it feels overlong. Or it's going to be interesting to see if it feels the right length, or it's going to even be interesting to see if it's a bit rushed, actually. I wonder if it'd be a bit rushed there, but it's going to be very interesting when I see this movie when it comes out, actually, because now I'm just theorising why it's going to be like 2 hours and 43 minutes. Doesn't need to be 2 hours and 43 minutes, that's what I'm kind of saying here, and now I'm kind of theorising what could that 2 hours and 43 minutes be, because, it's going to be interesting, isn't it? It's going to be interesting. I'm very excited to see this movie, and hopefully it delivers, and hopefully it's not too long either. But yeah, I think they might kill Bond. That's just me theorising. But Yeah, that could be interesting. But anyway, that's the end of Tom number 2 today. The new Bond is going to be the longest Bond yet, and for one, I'm intrigued to see why, and I'm intrigued to see if it's going to feel too long or feel like as long as it needs to be. Because I don't think it'll feel too short at all. By the way, I think Charles 43 minutes will not make the film feel short, and I think it could either be really good if the film's long or really bad. We'll have to wait and see when the film comes out September 30th. In the UK. If you watch this in the US, you have to wait till October the 8th. But anyway, that's the end of topic number 2 for today. Well, that's the end of the topics in general today. I'm not really talking about anything else. But yeah, Bond's long and the last show reviews are generally positive. So that's all good with this going on right now. Don't really know what I'm going on about anymore. So I'm gonna end this live stream now sooner rather than later. So thank you for watching this live. According to YouTube, no one is watching this live, by the way, unless YouTube is lying to me. So if YouTube is lying to me, how dare you, YouTube? So if you are watching this live, thank you for watching this live. And at the same time though, if you're watching this playback, thank you for watching the playback as well. And remember, if you have a question you want me to, if you have a topic, in fact, that you want to talk about in my next live stream, please do let me know in the comment section below, and I'll probably talk about it in my next live stream. At the same time though, if you haven't yet, please do click down below and like subscribe on this video, and look forward to many more both film and TV views and live streams come very, very soon on this channel. See you guys again soon. Bye for now, and I'll hopefully better in my next live stream. See you guys again soon. But bye for now. Bye.